I mean, look, I think, you know, if you've been around long enough to have a cup of coffee in this league, you know, you'll get humbled really quick if you're not prepared and ready to go. You know, I mean, it's different than college. You know, everybody's good. Everybody has first rounders. Everybody has guys that can run fast and long arms, and so you know, you got to process the game and you got to move forward. And those are the teams that are able to have success. I think over the course of the season when they kind of approach it that way. You know, I mean, you're looking for continuous improvement, and I think this team gets that. You know, I mean, talk about the right type of guys. And more importantly, I think it's like guys that are close knit, that work hard, and understand like there's a bigger goal. You know, so learn from the tape, enjoy the win, and then move on to the next one. You know, in this division, they don't get any easier.
What's the key to winning on the road in this league? The unique challenges that come with trying to win on the road?
Yeah, I think the first thing we look at is just we got to start. You know, everybody starts talking about starting fast, and you know, what does that consist of? I just think the best thing that we did last week, you know, after we had the first stop was when we stayed aggressive. We attacked as an offense. We were able to score 4 out of 5 possessions. I think that's the same things that win football games at home win on the road. But I think you just can't give the crowd a chance to get it going, and especially in a road game like that in the division. So I just think having success early in the game.
What does tempo do for you guys? Not the hurry up.
Yeah.
But speed. What does that do for you?
I think it's just we have a lot of confidence in it, for one. There's just a pace to the way you want to play. I think it shows a lot of things pre-snap, you know, with the shifts and the motions, that we're all seeing it, not just the quarterback. And I think this offense, it kind of feeds off of it over the years, and certainly this all season we put a lot of time and energy into, hey, we want to do this, you know, but we all have to be efficient. And we have to be getting something out of it, you know. I mean, if you're just shifting to shift, I mean, well, that's really wasting time, you know. So I think everybody being on the same page with Dak of what we're trying to accomplish, and so it's worked out for us, and it just disguises. The more things you can give the defense to think about, you know, even though when you're not doing a whole lot, I think it can cause a little confusion.
What was your first impression of Kellen, whatever year that was? He joined y'all as a backup?
Yeah, I would just say, you know, he was always approached the game almost like a coach. You know, when he was a backup quarterback, when he played scout team, certainly when he got in there and was the starting quarterback, you know. I guess my first real experience with him was just on the sideline, seeing him as a backup, of talking how, you know, the coverages we were seeing and what was different and how we were going to adjust. He was quite like an assistant coach for Scott, you know, and I think he gives Scott a lot of credit for, you know, kind of bringing him into this league. And now he's kind of branched off to his own identity in a lot of ways. He's confident. And I think he simplifies it in a lot of ways. You know, like, hey, you want to attack, you want to do all those things, but you got to make plays. And I think he does that in, you know, Coach Garrett has an old saying, you know, it's simple, it's not easy. And I think play calling's that way too. And his ability to kind of simplify it in the mess that's going on, you know, there's an art to that. And he's got a really good feel through 1 week.
Is it nice having Randall Cobb on the Cowboys as opposed to the other two?
Oh, yeah. You know, 2016, you know, really 2014 and 16, you know, you got to see plenty of him, but he's a pro's pro, man. I mean, you know, he's from day one, he's came in here, he's worked hard, get along great with the guys, he's fun, great energy, and he's a great example for everybody in this football team. So different than Cole, I think, when you start talking about the slot position as far as how they do it, but he's been extremely productive. And I think you see what he does when he gets the ball in his hands. I mean, he's certainly a playmaker, and you know, we're lucky to have him. He's a hell of a guy. Yeah, I think Blake's just continued to grow. You know, I mean, he finished the year strong last year. You know, he was able to kind of walk the dog there in the end zone on that one, you know, for the touchdown pass. And I think we got a good feel in our tight end room of how we're kind of spreading it around. And it's just every week you see him do better and better and better. So he's got a lot more confidence, and you know, he's just continuing to improve. Great guy, works hard, he studies it, he's getting to understand it. A lot of that goes into tight end is the feel. You know, there's just how do you find coverages, how do you do that? And it's like A, experiences, and then B, just kind of learning on the fly. And I think Blake's kind of excelling in that area as far as just kind of seeing it and being on the same page of the quarterback, you know. And that's all those nuances that go into playing the tight end positions, besides just, you know, taking a seam ball down the middle, you know. And I think he's evolved as every day.
Is it your second or third year for you
Yeah, I think I was fortunate just because I think in this system, Parcells demanded a lot. I was lucky in my second year to have Vinny Testaverde, who kind of pushed me along early on. But and I had a veteran tight end, Dan Campbell. So I mean, a number of different things. But I mean, look, the things I think I look for is, can he learn from his experiences? Does he start to feel those things out? I mean, he's got a good coach in us. He's got a good relationship with me. I mean, all those things that you're constantly talking, about, like, hey, did you see how that happened? He's a sponge. A lot of guys, I think, you don't want to clutter too much in their head, right? It's like, keep it simple and play fast. But for Blake, he wants to know all the things that go into that, And to me, when a guy approaches that at this position, because a lot of times the defensive end's bigger than you, safety's faster than you, you got to play to all that. That's what makes the tight end position unique. And so I think Blake is kind of feeling, he's grasping all that, And when does it happen? I don't know, but his approach is the right way. I think he's going to continue. He played well last Sunday, and will continue to play well as the season progresses.
Are you surprised that you and Adrian Peterson are still playing?
No, not at all. And I think he's going to come in and play hard. Our defense guys are talking about it. I don't think that he needed to be humbled any. Being a healthy scratch went into that, but I got a lot of respect for him. And. I was in the booth on one of those games last year where he took it about 90 yards. So, Coach Marinelli, Chris, I'm sure they're showing all those guys. I know our defense has a hell of a lot of respect for him.
After that, you were gone for a while. Now you're back. How did your body feel after that game? Did you feel back normal, or is it
Yeah, the recovery's been good. I think whether it's year 16 or whether it's year 1, there's nothing like week 1. And I was proud of my tape that I put out there. I was running in and out of cuts. The transition was good. I thought we blocked well, and then felt good Monday when I woke up. As crazy as it sounds, I miss that feeling. I miss that feeling, waking up and feeling like that. But yeah, I just get back into it. So body's responded well, and as excited as I was for week 1, I'm even more excited for week 2.
Michael Strahan talked about when he retired. One of the things he said he was happy about, he didn't have to lift weights anymore. So on Monday, were you like, I'm glad I'm lifting weights?
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite. That Monday workout with Mike Wojcik and the crew. That's always a good day. That's the start of the recovery process. So Strahan didn't have to lift weights. The rest of us, we do.
What about Landon Collins? Excites you about that matchup this Sunday?
Yeah, gone against him a lot. I got a lot of respect for Landon. I mean, he's a good ball player. I mean, for one, just the presence that he brings to that locker room. There's a lot of confidence from the safety position. He's physically, he's gifted. He can play the run very well. He's aggressive. He likes his matchup on tight ends. He's really good transition out of his cuts, and he anticipates routes. So great pickup for the Redskins, seeing him in that division. He's going to be a tough matchup for us. Good.